We're back. Hello there and welcome to the brand new season of Kicking Back podcast. This is our very first episode for 2021. My name is Hailey Miller and we've got a bit of a change up in the studio. Now, I've got to introduce my brand new co-host. Each and every week she'll join me in 2021. Please officially welcome back to the podcast, or welcome to the podcast. Actually, you have been on before, so it is welcome back to the podcast on the different side. Emma O'Driscoll.
Hello everybody, excited to be here.
You don't actually have to read that off the sheet. Hi. Hello everyone,
Hi,
I'm excited.
I'm so excited. I can't wait, etc., etc.
All right, how are you feeling? How are you feeling being on the podcast? Yeah. As a co-host now, not just as a...
I'm stoked to be a co-host. I think putting people on the firing line as opposed to being the person interviewed is way better.
Way more fun.
Yeah.
Way more fun. How did you feel when you were asked to do the potty? Was it like
Honoured.
Probably the highest honour that you could?
100% to this day.
And you would have noticed that we've taken a step up. We've got headphones now, so you've come in at the right time.
Absolutely love these. Half on, half off.
Well, you should have them fully on. What can we expect from you as a host?
Oh, mentioned it before, a bit of flair, you know. Miller's quite serious, so I think I'll add in those spurts of energy, I'd say.
About at least 10%.
10%.
Put 10% in.
No awkward silences with me either.
All right, and we've got a massive welcome to our new producer of the podcast. Please welcome Mim Strom. Now, producer Mim will keep us on check throughout the year, and I'm super excited to throw to her every now and again, so welcome Mim.
Thank you.
Oh, she's up and about it. So up and about. Anyway, get to who our guest is today. Now, we've definitely had a few requests for this person to join us on the podcast. She's certainly a bubbly character, Gabby O'Sullivan.
Hey, Hales. Hey, Em. Mim. G'day.
Now, making her podcast debut, Gabby, how are you feeling?
I was relaxed until about 5 minutes ago where Em may have spilt the beans a little bit. But I've been hanging out for the opportunity. But I'm glad it's finally here.
I was going to say, were you a bit disappointed last year you didn't make the cut?
I heard I was actually number one for the requested guest, but I had to turn it back. So, yeah, a little bit disappointed. Avid listener. But, yeah, as I said, happy to be on.
What was your favourite episode last year?
Episode 2. I don't remember.
I was going to say, who was on episode 2?
Unsure.
No, probably Laura Pugh with the...
flute.
It's a recorder.
The flute.
Recorder.
Some stick thing that has holes in it.
Yeah, that was definitely a highlight for sure. Now, Gabby, this is a family friendly podcast. You have been known to, unfortunately, say a few swear words.
I'm just a passionate person.
Every now and again.
I'm just a passionate person.
Especially when you lose a handball game at training.
I don't ever remember losing a game, House. Where is it on the record?
I'm just going to say
I've got it on the
now.
record the other day that I won a slips game. I've never seen it on the record where I haven't won one.
Quite
Just
defensive, really.
Did we all see the Fremantle Instagram the other day of everyone having a good time and Gabby telling everyone off? I think
to be honest, training's a serious time. You guys just couldn't get your head in the game. And yeah, that may have disappointed me a little bit.
the biggest child on our team.
And just because you chose the most boring thing for us to do when it was a player-led.
Okay.
Lanes, everybody, lanes.
I can do lane kicking. We're going to go back to Oz kick and do lanes.
I was given strict instructions. Do not change direction and do not do high speed. Turbo said, hey, Gabbs, do lanes. I wasn't going to say no to Turbo. Has anyone ever said no to Turbo?
Possibly not.
Not
Maybe
me.
actually.
All right, so you call yourself, I'm not even going to say everyone calls you Mitts, but I'm going to say you call yourself Mitts. Where did that come from?
It is a long story.
Give us the short version.
I can shorten it. In year 1, I took 1 mark. I'm pretty sure that's there in the stats along with my 1 goal 9.
Did you actually have 1 goal 9?
First season, 1 goal 9.
I reckon I did.
That's rough.
And I don't think it's gotten much better than that. But anyway.
Goal
and
assists.
So Coops came in year 3 and he pulled me aside just before Christmas and he goes, oh, Gabs, you're clunking them well. And I had no idea what clunking meant. So, yeah, I was just like, it just kind of went along with it. And I was like, hang on a minute, what does clunking mean? And he just laughed and said, it means you're marking the ball well. And then he goes, oh, by the way, you've made the leadership team. That was his segue into telling me I'd made it. And all I took out of that was, you're marking the ball well, Gabs. So I thought, I'm going to go on a roll here and I'm going to nickname myself Mitts. And if I say it enough, it might stick. And then anyway, the next training session, I think I confided in Turbo and said, hey, like, can you call me Mitts? Like, that's going to be my new nickname. It's going to give me a bit of confidence. Turbo goes, yeah, sure, Gabs, yeah. Oh, I mean Mitts. And then she called everyone in. He's like, hey, guys, come in. Gabby's got a new nickname that she wants us to call her. And then she very cheekily said she wants to be called Mitts, but we're going to call her Butters. And so that one stuck a little bit. But I got to say, I reckon I get greeted 2080.
No
Mitts,
chance.
Yeah, look, I don't know if I've ever
Maybe
actually
because
called you
people
it.
are reading the
Do you
back
know
of your
what?
boots that you wrote your own nickname on that you made up
Juddy
yourself.
calls me Mitts, and that's the captain, and that's enough for
That's
me.
all that matters.
Yeah.
Well, I
There's
have
your
a, I have a
2080
story
right there.
about
I did write my name.
a story about the old Mitts. Last Waffle W season, Gabby comes. So I was sort of tracking back with the flight of the ball, and Gabby comes through at full pelt and takes the mark.
Clonks
As
it.
she runs through, they call me Mitts, and she ran
No.
past me, jumped, took the mark. I was kind
No.
of dirty about it because she actually took the mark, so it was kind of good. And then she shanked the kick straight after. So
I did, and that's generally what happens if I say it in the play. So I don't know if you guys noticed last night. I took a mark, went back, kicked the goal, and then after I kicked it, I said they call me Mitts because I didn't want to be distracted, but it's
Melly.
kind of like my catch cry.
yeah, you should definitely
no.
stick to saying it afterwards because it really
Or
hurts
maybe
you.
don't say it at all
Yeah.
because no one else says it.
I think I'll stick to it.
All right, and you're also the fines master of our team. How's that going for you?
Yeah, started really, really well. The book was filled out with fines. I actually did my job, filled it in. What you probably don't know is Alex Williams is also the co-fines master.
Oh, we know, but
would
you
just-
steal the show.
Yeah. I would just say Alex has been doing 10% of the work. Alex, lift your game.
Okay, we're a really
And-
happy bunch at Freo. We love each other.
We do,
Everyone
we do.
puts in the same amount of effort.
If you can't be honest, you're not really friends. And so anyway, that started really, really well. I guess because I'm racking up the fines, I'm just trying not to make the spreadsheet and put it in. But I think after round 2, after we've had an away trip, it'll be
Bumped
on
up.
again. Yeah, on again, and I'll probably have to remortgage the house I
Yeah,
haven't even
right.
got yet.
And what's been your favourite so far?
Favourite fine?
Yeah, favourite few finds?
Yeah, you've got me there. I think
Gemma.
Ibo not even making training
Yeah,
sometimes.
Ibo.
So-
Ibo who?
yeah.
Well,
Garrick
Is that
who?
his first name?
How many fines has he got for that so far?
He gets one every week.
Yeah.
So however many weeks? I'll say he's up to $100 already.
$100.
He'll just
I was never good at math.
fund the playing groups
Gemma
end of
gets
season
a
celebrations.
few. Yeah, Gemma gets a few fines.
There's
because-
someone else that gets a few.
I think I said it was me. It's me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
admitting that.
What's your favourite fine
What's
from
your
yourself?
worst?
What's your worst?
No, I got it.
Go on.
She forgets Leah Maskell's name.
I did.
Did you?
Her own
No, I did.
teammate.
Oh.
She sees her in the corridor and blank. Don't know her name.
I love Maskell because I used to play like as a forward. She used to be the person that always used to play on me. There's no way I don't know her name. I just looked at her blankly for about 30 seconds, walked past her, decided just to say, "Hey, mate," and then when she walked in the gym, I had it. I remembered it.
There you go, everybody. Gabby walks past and doesn't know your
I
name.
was
She'll
gonna
say,
if
hey,
she
mate.
said if she ever calls you mate, you know she's forgotten your name.
You know, if I said, "Hey, buddy," I'm really struggling.
All right. How did you get to Freo?
Yeah, good question. I think a lot of people know this story, but I was playing basketball over in America. I came back at the right time, where female footy was just starting up and the AFL women's competition had just been named. And so my brother and my dad said, "Oh, get down to East Fremantle, give yourself a bit of a go to hopefully get drafted." I didn't even think that was a possibility. Played a few games, and Webbo was one of our coaches at the time at East. She had an affiliation with that team that everybody loves, that wears the black and white stripes. And they said, "Hey, Gabs, you could potentially be a rookie for the club." And I was thinking, oh, wicked, like I'm actually going to get a chance of playing AFL football. But I thought, I've just come back from America, I kind of want to stay local. And anyway, I knew Freo had a team, but I wasn't sure that I'd get picked up knowing there was heaps of WA girls. And Michelle Cowan saw me play a few games and obviously loved me. And, offered me the rookie spot too. I actually thought, because she texted me, she didn't call me or anything. I was like, 1, how did she get my number? 2, this is probably a prank. So I called her on no caller ID and I went straight to message saying, this is Michelle Cowan. So I was like, okay, so it is real.
Gosh.
I just have to make sure. Imagine if I was talking to someone else.
Imagine.
And imagine. So that's how I got to Freo, and that's how I've been here for 5 years now, going to my 5th.
I was going to say, you got drafted
Lovely.
before I did.
I didn't actually, I wouldn't say I got drafted. Probably got
You were on the list
picked
first.
up. Yeah, I was.
Picked up, drafted.
Yeah.
Same,
To the
same thing.
dismay
to
of
me,
many
sweetie.
people.
Going back to playing basketball in America, how was that experience?
Yeah,
I've never actually asked you about this. That's super cool.
and it's super weird. I've known you for a long time. You haven't asked me.
No.
It was
Weird.
wicked. I had a really tough coach my first year. There was no real rules about what time you could train during the day or the night. So we would play games, and if we lost, we would stay at the venue with all our kit on and do hill sprints by however many points that we lost by. I remember playing a double overtime game, and I played every single minute of the game, and we had to go back and do a 6 a.m. practice for an hour. But it was it taught me about hard work, and it was a wicked experience. I made some really cool friends that I still talk to, but it's great to be home.
Right, and Gabs, can you just... Speaking of... No, it's nothing. It's nothing bad. Speaking of your love for East Freo,
Yes.
tell us about the club and where your origin has come from there.
My father played. He played 133 games down at Shark Park. So, I wasn't really allowed to go anywhere else but there when I started playing footy again. But no, it's a nice family club, and I'm now one of the coaches for the youth girls team, and I love doing that. So it's just awesome to be able to have that kind of heritage of family football, and for me to be able to give back. That's pretty cool too.
Definitely. That's
Now,
great.
Yeah. Outside of footy, you're a PE teacher, and look, sometimes whenever I think about this, I'm honestly don't know how.
She's a child
I was going to say,
teaching
how do you
children.
teach other people's children
Yeah, I know.
how to be good citizens of the
You've
world?
You've got to be able to be a kid. You got to be able to be childish, and does that not sum up me?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hayley,
But-
you're going to be begging to send your kids to me.
How do you keep them disciplined? Because I would absolutely take the
gotta
piss out of you.
say-
I'm just going to say, if I was a child in your class,
I think they
Free
do.
reign.
I actually think they do, and I do struggle with that discipline side because if someone's made a joke that's probably inappropriate, I'm probably in on it too.
so
I've
you're
got-
the
I've
teacher
got a
where the
big-
class is running wild in the
Well, if
courtyard.
okay, humour is
during class.
universal, and humour it does have some age limits, but the kind of humour that they've got, I've probably got too.
Yep,
So
and I can give an example of that one right there.
Go on.
One day, Gabby's in front of the classroom, doesn't do much board work, so she's not used to this environment. And she says to the kids, all right, I want you to list off some jobs for me, okay? She gets up on the board, she goes, all right, let's write down some jobs, like jobs are female jobs, male jobs, let's just write down jobs, all right? One kid goes, yep, jobs with your hands. Gabby writes up, hand job. You ripper. That's got to be the most inappropriate thing ever.
it's somewhat of a true story, but sometimes when you're trying to multitask, I do not advocate for multitasking because you're writing on the board, you're talking to the kids, you also got your eyes trying to see if who's up to no good, and sometimes you just can't write on the board what you want to write.
How quickly did you realise your mistake?
It was kind of like a turn of the head, and saw it in the corner of my eye, turned back, hand on the board, let's erase that one, that's a bit messy.
Hand
and
jobs.
students as well, so they
know what it
wasn't lost
means.
on them.
Speaking of that,
God.
for the last few years, we've known about someone called Mr. Morg. Give me more, give me more. Tell me about him. Who is he? What does he do?
One of my really good friends.
Yeah?
Took him under my wing when my big boss went on holidays.
Friends. Brackets, friend.
Yes, definitely. And fellow teacher that unfortunately one of my best friends left last year from the school, and it was replaced by a very good character. We got on really well.
Does he listen to the podcast?
No, he won't. But if I'm on it, he'll probably watch it.
I was going to say, does anyone in your
Fantastic.
PE department
Do
listen?
you know what?
This could be great. We'd like some feedback. Thank you very
No,
much. Just send it into.
I love the defensiveness here.
Yes,
like
no, because
she's
do you
just
know why I'm
attacking
defensive?
us now.
Because
See,
one of
what do you
this
got
is
to
like
hide,
this is
Gabriella?
like primary school again. You cannot be friends with a boy without anybody thinking anything. Thank you, producer Mim is nodding her head for the record. Oh, no,
And
she's
now she's
shaking it. But I can't seem to have friends that are boys.
Boyfriends?
I can't seem to have boyfriends either. I can't seem to have friends that are boys without anybody, you children, thinking that there's more than just that.
We never thought anything. We've
No.
never known the full
Well, now
story
that's it.
until
Now
this
we know.
point. It's open to the world.
Best friends.
Okay. Moving on swiftly from that, you'll be glad to know. Now you're actually a twin,
Yeah, I
and
am.
your twin has been the flight attendant on a flight that I've been on. I don't know. Has she been on one when we've been travelling?
Look, Hayley, when you've been in it for as long as us, you just lose track.
Yeah.
All those frequent
Oh
flight
my
miles.
gosh.
I think maybe one or two, but it's so funny because Jenna, if she's ever out and about, or my brother, if he's ever out and about, it's always, you're Gabby's sister, you're Gabby's brother. And when I get on the plane, and I'm okay with this, it's always, oh, you're Jenna's sister, aren't you?
Yeah,
And I
we
was
look
like,
the exact same.
That's how it works.
But do you know what? Kudos to them, because Jen, when she's at work, makeup, hair. Me, when I'm on the
It
plane.
is actually quite.
hot,
it's quite
sweaty like I am now.
It's quite like the first time. I don't think we were on a like a footy trip, and then watching her walk down like the aisle of the plane, I was like, that is so weird because you
Yeah.
look
Weird.
like exactly the same, but she just has a lot more makeup on,
It
and it
is
was like
weird.
it's like Gabby. If Gabby was wearing makeup,
I've
Well, now
definitely
you don't even have to wear it.
I've
and you know
definitely
it
done a
was.
stalk of Jenna on Instagram.
Yeah,
I mean, we
all of my
follow each
team,
other. We
mate.
follow each other
I
now.
I don't even think you follow me.
Hey, I've seen her in person quite a few times actually as well.
Okay.
Could call her
You
my,
guys must be
one of
friends.
my best friends as well. No, but anyways,
She's my best friend.
I see photos of you two in a selfie together and gives me the ick. I'm like, I can't look. These
should
two
see my
people that are so
sporty
alike
version.
but so
It's like a
different.
sporty version.
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
the
same
sporty
person.
But you know what? Like we
You
are
are.
identical.
Yeah.
And pictures from when we're kids. Mum thinks she's done the right thing and wrote the names in order, left to right. This is Gabby. This is Jenna. But I get concerned when it says Gabby crossed out Jenna, crossed out Gabby, crossed out question mark.
Unsure.
Unsure if these are even my
Thanks
kids.
sure that
God
would
for
be a difficult
environmental
thing.
factors.
I'd like imagine having triplets and quadruplets.
Yeah,
like, how
went
do you
to
even
school.
keep a
Went to
track?
school with triplets, and we're very good friends. I went to school and still are friends now with twins. And
Boys?
you know, nut
You're
girls.
best friends with a lot of boys.
Anyway, do you know what? This goes really well into the next segment because
Oh, it
you've
does.
asked for your own little segments and we're calling it Gabby's grievances. Apparently you've some complaining to do.
Bit of a rip-off from Peter Griffin's, you know, it really grinds my gears. We have discussed one, and it is my nickname, Mitts. As I said, I do get a few people calling me Mitts, and really, we're Australian. Aussies love nicknames. Doesn't matter who gave it to you.
It absolutely does. You
Doesn't
do not
matter
give
where
a
it was
nickname to
derived
yourself.
from.
Yes, you can't give your own
It's a
nickname.
story.
No.
There's a story behind it, Em.
You
Like-
can't write it on your boots without people validating it.
Okay. Well, it was validated. It was
By Juddy. We know.
yeah, it's been validated. So I guess the total disrespect that I have towards what I wish to be called. You know how you go to the doctors and you have preferred names?
Don't
put
tell me you
mitts?
don't write
Oh,
mitts on that.
God
Could you
help
imagine if
her.
you wrote mitts?
God help her.
No, I
My
write
name's
I
Gabby
write I
Mitts.
write Gabby.
Gabby Mitts O'Sullivan.
To be honest, I'm just trying to make it easy for you guys.
Yep.
Gabrielle,
nice and short.
Because
Gabby,
Gabby's
Gabs,
difficult to say.
It rolls off the tongue. And you know what? I also think not only has Ebony validated it, damn it. Not only has Johnny validated it, but Ebony's validated it. Because as you know, we've just put in an order for our smugglets.
You're putting mitts on there.
Yep.
No, I thought, hey, maybe this year I won't embrace the nickname.
And Ebony changed it to me.
And Ebony changed it.
I was going to say you write your own nickname
So,
in there, so you can't say someone else wrote it
I'm
in
all
there.
for everything happens for a reason. The universe wanted it to be.
Yep.
So I am going to be that obnoxious mitts lady for the rest of the year. I think it just gives me confidence to know that I can take the marks. All right? So you guys should be embracing it too.
All right.
do you have
Defensive
I was gonna
again.
say, do you have anything
Settle.
else?
It's okay.
Yeah, I do. I have one more thing.
Okay, go.
Gully.
Tell the people what they want to hear.
If you're not following at home, Gully, aka Gulliver, Gull sometimes for short.
See, she's made nicknames up for the cat.
Yeah, but that makes sense.
So you're saying
Getting
Mitts doesn't make sense?
confused.
So anyway, Mitts. Mitts is me. Gulliver, is my black and white adorable little brother, cat brother. Do I need to say cat? No, he's a part of the family. And he's 14 years old. And for some reason, like I talk about Gully all the time because like you guys talk about, you talk about Nathan, I'll talk about Gully. I talk about Jenna, I'll talk about Gully. I'll talk about my brother, Tom. I'll talk about my younger brother, Gully.
No, it's not a brother. You've got a brother
Wow.
already. People are going to start getting confused.
Wow. I don't want to go there.
What if, why
We adopted
would
Gully.
he be your brother, not your son or something?
Because
People call their
because
dogs and cats.
it's a family sibling.
Okay.
And I've got my mum, I've got my dad, I've got my brother and my sister, I've got my other younger brother. Just came along a bit later. Now, my mum didn't give birth to him, but do you know what? Gully was really, really excited to be... Just wait. Gully was really excited to be a part of the family, and do you know how I know? When we adopted him from the cat haven, all right, he had a little poster in front of him, and it said, "Yippee, I've been adopted." No, it said, "Yippee, I've been adopted." And I'm not even joking. That was about 12 years ago. We got him when he was 2. And so anyway, except one, that my brother is my cat Gully, all right? Accept that. 2, don't use him to sledge me, saying awful things about my brother. I do not say things about Nathan. I've portrayed myself as a bit of a negative person here, but
Like,
I am
super.
everyone very...
Prior to now,
Positive.
thought you were like so up and about and bubbly.
Yeah, you
And
said
you've
that in
really,
the intro.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and now you've really...
I actually just think
you might have hit rock bottom in this
certain
podcast.
people in the team. No, I'm kidding. All right, they are my grievances. They're they're done. They're done now. No more grievances.
What about any other complaints about your teammates, though?
Yeah, I have a big one, figuratively and literally.
Alex, Juddy, Ebony, anyone else you want to roast on here?
Figuratively and literally, a big one is Mim Strom.
Are you calling me big?
Sitting across from the
That's so
table
rude.
Well,
right
she's
now.
tall.
That's okay. Well,
So
that's quite rude.
Mim
Could
is
have been
my
bad.
Mim is my locker buddy. She is above me. Doesn't mean she's above me in the food chain, but I think she thinks she does. She's above me. All right.
She's taller than you.
I get to my locker, she just stands there so oblivious. So I've started to get as close as I can to her, and just wait till she turns around, because eventually she'll get creeped out by it, that she'll just stop being there.
I definitely don't think so. Mim, thoughts?
It's very hard being Gabby's locker buddy because she thinks she owns the bottom of the bench and likes to spread out. Hayley can back me up. Hayley's locker is right next to
It's
ours.
quite true. And I think Mim's quite a good locker
do you know
neighbour.
what?
She's a good locker neighbour because
I
she
will
gets
say-
out of the way as soon
I
as
do
like
try.
I'm in the
Okay,
way.
so one positive about Mim, I don't know what this says about
you backtracking?
her, though.
We're doing
no,
the
You called her
sandwich.
big.
Mim-
You called her
Negative,
big,
positive,
and then
I'm
you.
waiting for the next
Besides,
making up reasons.
besides the name being on the locker, Mim could leave today and no one would ever know she was here because there's nothing in her locker. There is nothing. It
You are
is
digging
so-
yourself the
No,
deepest
I
hole.
can't.
Okay, you've said she's big. You've insulted her, and then you told her that
Okay.
no one would know if she was gone.
Do you know what? I tried with Mim the other day. I said, "Hey Mim," and this is a true story, isn't it, Mim? I said,
Yeah, it's true.
"Hey Mim, do you want to actually be friends this week?" And Mim goes, "I never want to be friends with you."
I would after
It
the
was
comment
so
you
weird.
just
Why
made.
would you
Mim
ask
and I
to
actually-
be friends? You don't ask to be friends
Yeah.
with someone.
Well, you
That's
do.
very-
To earn a
You do
friendship.
if you're me. No, Mim and I are actually great friends.
All right. All right. We've got some quick fire questions for you, Gabby.
Great.
Is that okay? Are you ready?
Well, it's gonna have to be, isn't it?
You don't have a choice.
All right.
Go.
Who's the funniest in the club?
Me. Sorry. You said quick.
Who's the worst teammate to have a locker next to?
Mim.
Next to, and why?
Didn't I just explain that? Probably Mim. She's always in the way.
Coach's pet.
Gemma.
Who's always grumpy?
I know it's meant to be quick, but I'm thinking about it. Ooh, I don't want to say Kano because she's my best mate. Kano. I whispered it. She hopefully won't hear it.
3 words to describe Trent Cooper.
Oh my gosh, they're 3, but don't count them. I can't think of single words, but he's a great bloke.
There we go. A great bloke.
Yeah,
Here's
a
our
great
quick
bloke.
fire, if you don't mind.
Okay, fine.
All right, 3 words to describe Kate Starr. Remember, she does
3
do running
words?
programs.
3 words. So very nice.
You're terrible
three
at
words.
this.
That's
Now, you play country music at your early morning
Yep.
gym sessions.
I did this morning.
Why?
And I had a great day. As much as I wanted to dislike country music when I was over in America, my roomie for the first 9 months was a massive country gal and played all types of country music and hated it, and one day I loved it. Gets me up and about. I don't know if any of you are cultured enough to know about country music, but it's great. I love it. I've got a good playlist. You can follow it on Spotify if you really wish to. Do you know who else likes it?
My brother.
Alex.
Oh, no, your brother plays
Alex
some awful
Williams.
stuff. No. Okay, it's actually not a guessing thing. It's a rhetorical question.
Oh, okay. Say that
Kenneth, Renee Kennedy, physio. She loves my mixtape. And Michael Walters one day walked into one of my songs, loved it too.
now. I've heard you were listening to Christmas songs as well. Christmas time.
Yeah.
Some Christmas beats.
To be honest, I'm probably more of a singer of Christmas carols, not a listener. Like, I do listen to them.
So you were singing and gymming.
Well, who heard me sing?
My
Who
brother,
heard-
my actual human brother.
Okay.
My real
wow, I
life
don't know why you have to
human
say it
brother.
like that.
I was in the gym with you and you were jamming out Jingle
But
Bells.
yeah, I probably was. I was probably really excited about Christmas. But if we want to talk about Nathan, get him in and I'll just ask him about why was he listening to a song from 2009. He wasn't even born back then.
Okay. So your first goal in your AFLW derby last year, actually.
Oh,
prob-
last year. It's not my first
I
goal.
was going to say your
One of
one
my
of
first.
your 9 in the first season that you missed. One goal 9.
I also kicked a few out in the full. But
Oh, okay. Anyways, no, we're talking about last year.
okay, cool.
Derby.
Yep.
We had that little
Hey, I will say, Hayley,
mohawk
thank you.
/ shark hair type thing running on the boundary. Gabby O'Sullivan is flying.
do you know what? Probably the best play I've ever done in my career. Might have to just before the game on Sunday. whip it
Spike her
out.
up.
Yeah. But I will give Hayley credit here. I kicked a goal, did the old get around me. Nobody in the bubs in the forward line said, "Hey Gabs, your hair." Like, bad people. My turn to go off on the bench, sprinted off. Hayley goes, "Good goal, fix your hair."
You can't,
how-
Miller.
I was gonna say, you can't tell me I've never got you back.
No, thank
The
you.
best thing was it got replayed on the big screen 4 times.
Yeah. Nah, look, yeah. Good goal, fix
It
your
was
hair.
like little, dinosaur, like ridge.
Dinosaur.
I don't know what happened. I
shark,
think I might have gone
mohawk.
up for a mark and something would have, I don't know. I
Okay,
was
do
trying
it
a new
again.
style.
Bring
I
it
just wasn't
back.
confident enough to
Bring
do
it back.
It worked for you. So we'll talk about Roxy and your little thing going on at training at the moment because you're being pushed around a fair bit. If anyone's been watching
Can I
the old
just-
socials, we've
The old
seen you
step ladder.
use the step ladder. She just pushed you over one time. You just flopped the
Okay.
wrong way.
Can I
that
just
hurt?
say my centre of gravity was not in favour of me at the time. I went one way, Roxy pushed me the way that I was already going, and I just fell straight down. But Roxy is a strong girl, and on the stepladder situation, I did say, I don't know if she heard it though, "Hey Rox, do you want to use me as a stepladder?" And I said, "Kate, get this on." How do you reckon there's a photo of me being used as a stepladder? I said, "Kate, get this on film. I've got a sixth sense." Right? And
It was a good photo.
Yeah, it was a great photo. So Roxy took that ancient history. It was only like last week. So moving on.
Moving on.
Are you?
Should we
are you
get
taking?
I
Are
said
you
before
taking
the show that I was
podcast
going
or-
to make it mine. So
Okay, it's the Gabby O'Sullivan show. Now, COVID tests. How are you finding those?
I think you are going to expect me to say I absolutely hate it.
Do you like a tickle up the nose?
Do you know what you have to do? I'll tell everyone a secret out here. You have to make conversation and be friendly to the person taking. And Mim's nodding her head here. You have to make conversation. You have to be nice, and they think, "Hey, we haven't had any community spread for 9 months. I'm not going to do the whole way up a nose. I'm just going to give it a little brush, done." And I've only had 2, and that's exactly what it's been. Brush, nose, fine. Absolutely fine. I would have one right now if you asked me to.
That's not my experience.
Yeah, no.
It makes me cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It
you
gets
can't
right up
be all as
into
tough
tear
as
duct,
me.
Right up
Yeah.
into the tear ducts.
Yeah.
Oof. Not a fun time, but
But
glad you're so brave.
Yeah,
maybe
thank
the
you.
woman did it so fast. Like, get this girl out of
Maybe-
here.
maybe
She's
that's what it
talking-
was.
She's talking too much.
She's chewing
Let's
my
do
ear
this.
off.
Let's do this quick.
See ya.
And yesterday. Was it yesterday? Maybe it
don't
was the
know,
day
you gotta
before.
ask.
You
Day before.
Anyway, who's running this? You posted on Instagram trying to be like me.
I did. And I'm just really proud of myself, Hayley. And
Tell-
I'm proud of you too.
Tell the fans.
I've been spectating Hailey Miller for a while. She has the ability to juggle 3 footballs at one time. Now, I've only ever been able to juggle tennis balls or some form of round balls. I've never been able to juggle footballs. But something's clicked. I can do it now.
Just a little bit. It's funny what a little bit of practice will do, isn't it?
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's
Yeah.
really funny. I should practice other things. Kicking goals.
That'll
That'll
maybe.
start.
That might help.
Yeah, and anyway, Gemma was around with Lisa Webb's phone, and I said, Gemma, come on, get this on film. I need proof. She got it on film. I was juggling. It wasn't my best effort, but I thought it was enough for you to be proud of me.
It was, and I told you that. I was very proud.
I know.
Because you didn't even walk forward. I've seen her do it before, and there's no control. You're just running forwards
Yeah.
with the ball.
I blame the little
Stationary
hands.
this time.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very impressive. Do you have any other talents while we're on?
Yeah.
This
do,
is one
go.
that's been made up in the last 5 seconds.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Go.
And you guys, and this should have been on Gabby's grievances. Back to Gully. I'm a cat trainer now. I have taught Gully how to catch one of those rubber bands, not just too dissimilar to the one we used to scan in.
Oh
So he catches that with 2 hands. At the start it was about 50-50, then it got to 60-40. Now probably back down to 10-90 where he catches it 10% of the time and just swats it 90% of the time. But in addition
With
to
both
that,
his hands.
yeah, he just like grabs
Pause.
it. Yeah,
And what
pause.
does he do with it after? Eat it?
Yeah, that's right.
You're human, brother.
Yeah.
Human cat. Human/cat.
I never said he's a human. I just said he's as valued in the family
Okay.
as a human. I tell Gully all the time he's my favourite brother. Sorry, Thomas. Anyway, I've also taught Gully because he mastered catching, or did master catching,
course.
how to do knuckles. So usually it involves a catch first. So you throw him the thing and he catches it, and then you go to take it once he's put it down. You say, knuckles, and he does it.
He can't hold it. He doesn't have fingers.
Well, they have claws.
Oh.
He does have fingers. I don't think they're called fingers. But anyway. But I was looking after Tia's cat while she was away getting married. And I thought I'll just do the same thing. I didn't have a band, so I'll just go straight to Knuckles. This cat seemed a bit more advanced than Gully. And so anyway, because Gully's like not aggressive at all, and so I said to Pallet, Knuckles, and he just like swiped my arm and had my arm in an arm lock. But we got there in the end. It got a bit more gentle. So yeah, my other talent, back to
training.
the point, is cat training.
You ripper.
Yep.
And back to footy. Maybe we'll stick to that talent at this point in time.
Okay.
We're back this Sunday, GWS, Fremantle Oval. Tell us how
Very.
excited you are.
I'm very excited, but if anyone knows me, I can't actually get too excited about it yet because I'll just be exhausted. So I am very excited for the game. I reckon I'll get a bit nervous this year. I don't know why. I think, so much anticipation in the lead up. But it should be good. I'm confident in our team that we've done all the hard work. But yeah, I can't wait to run out with my friends on Sunday.
That's what we like to hear. Well, that brings us to the very end of today's podcast. You made it through, Gabby. Did you have fun?
Yeah, in parts I did, but, you know.
All right, well, we can't wait to see all of the Purple Army at Freo Oval on Sunday. There are still tickets available, so make sure you jump on them. And we'll see you next week. Before we go, please sign up to become an AFLW member and make sure you register for your tickets now before they all sell out. Thank you very much and see you later.
Woo, bye.